Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into a really fascinating origin story, Zenith.
Yeah, this one's interesting. It comes from Zenith, Mind Over Matter, a 4-part story.
And it tracks this really quite amazing transformation, doesn't it? From a top neurosurgeon to something else entirely, a psychic fighter.
Exactly. So our mission today is really to unpack those key moments in her becoming Zenith and, what that emergence really signifies.
Okay, let's dive straight in. Chapter 1, The Silent Awakening. It starts with Dr. Elina Tan.
Right. She's described as brilliant, very compassionate, but also, well, she's incredibly burnt out, facing serious professional exhaustion.
That sounds familiar. Then this mysterious figure appears. A silent monk.
Yeah, an old monk, just kind of watchful. And suddenly, Elina finds herself at a remote mountain meditation center, almost like she was guided there.
Guided? Or maybe just removed from the noise?
Could be. And while she's recovering there, she starts having these really vivid dreams, glowing symbols, ancient energies, whispers, stuff about inner power.
So the awakening is happening internally during recovery, not some, lab accident.
Precisely. It's all about stillness. And the key moment, the text says, is when she properly wakes up. Her third eye area gives off this faint glow.
Wow. Just like that. The birth of Zenith. Quiet.
Which leads us nicely into Chapter 2, The Mind's Edge. This is where we see her powers start to blossom.
Through more stillness, right? Not intense training.
Exactly. Meditation seems to unlock telekinesis, sensing motions, even seeing bits of the future. It really ties inner calm to these extraordinary abilities.
Then she heads back to the city, and things aren't great there.
No, the story paints a picture of rising violent crime, but also, interestingly, psychological manipulation being a big problem.
And how does Zenith handle this? This is the unique part, I think.
Totally. No brute force. She uses serenity, like a weapon almost, and these psychic martial arts that disarm people without causing permanent harm. It's a very different kind of hero.
Okay, so Chapter 3 must introduce the big conflict, the mirror war.
Yes. We get the antagonist to this cult called the Fracture, and they're using some kind of neural technology for mind control. Scary stuff.
Mind control. Okay. And the mirror war part.
Well, Zenith finds herself confronting this twisted version of herself, literally born from her own fears, her regrets.
Oh, wow. So fighting yourself, basically. How do you even win that?
That's the core of it.
Yeah.
The turning point comes when she learns to embrace her imperfections, her flaws, to accept all parts of herself.
Self-acceptance as a weapon.
Kinda, yeah. Doing that lets her achieve what the story calls her full chakra state. It's like a merging and integration of her consciousness, unlocking a whole new level.
And with that power,
she manages to unravel the Fracture's mental manipulation network, restore balance, basically. It suggests that, inner integration is the key to fixing external chaos.
Which brings us to the final chapter, Zenith Ascends. What's the fallout from all this?
It talks about a global impact, a sort of ripple effect from her actions. People starting to value meditation more, mindful listening, maybe a slower way of life in general.
So her inner peace spreads outwards.
Seems to be the idea. She even starts this global initiative, the Circle of Stillness, promoting peace and resilience.
And she becomes this symbol, right? That whispered phrase.
Zenith is coming. Be still. Yeah. She becomes this beacon of hope, representing inner peace in turbulent times.
So, wrapping this up, the core journey is from intense stress, burnout even, to finding immense power within.
And finding it through stillness, through self-acceptance. It's quite a message about transformation.
It really is. It makes you think about, our own potential, doesn't it? What might be waiting inside us, untapped.
Yeah, maybe triggered by quiet moments or even by really tough times, which leads to a kind of provocative thought, I guess.
Go on.
Could those moments, the quiet reflections or the big challenges, actually be the key? The thing that unlocks something completely unforeseen within us? Is there maybe a silent awakening waiting for each of us?
Something definitely worth considering. Thanks for digging into that with me.